We have seen a lot of people pick the Broodmother specifically into Lena's a few times at least. Also, a lot of times people are letting the Lena through and then just running an offlane DP or an offlane Nature's Prophet into it. Now, whether or not it wins those games is hard to say, but those are what people have definitely been trying. They grab the Tiny here, which, in my opinion, probably going to be the mid laner. It's flexible for sure, but you could definitely just put the Tiny mid into the Ember and then move that Pango offlane, but still a little bit flexible from the side of Alliance, which is what they want right now.
10 seconds.
Yeah, I think you want to be playing the Tiny 4. But we'll see.
Seconds.
They have some room to flex things. Yeah.
How are the scrims going
The
with
the
that?
Ember Pango matchup is bad, but it's like it's playable.
I go back for the Undying. Neff, you said this, you didn't like this hero, and yet here it is, winning 2 games now.
Whoa.
Whoa!
We haven't even started this
Whoa!
one.
Whoa!
My goodness.
Yeah.
That's some heavy slander.
Yeah. This is Alliance here. Hikori Dota, winners of the regional qualifiers. You know who make it through regional qualifiers? Real teams. You don't have to crawl through with their DPC points. Teams like the Shopify Rebellion one, okay? So how about you put a little
10
bit of
seconds left.
respect on the name here, Ricky, okay?
5 seconds.
I like this Shadow Fiend
4,
pickup.
3, you get it.
Totally ignoring neph.
Yeah, that's fair. Me, I do it
so
a lot. You're good.
it block picks the Shadow Fiend from Alliance. Shadow Fiend being a really strong pick into the Ember Spirit. I can imagine I don't know, if they were to do that, the Pango Tiny lane seems pretty awkward with like Pango 3, Tiny 4, but
Radiant's
everyone's got
bottom
different
tower is
perspectives on
down.
Dota. And then the Shadow Fiend on Dying lane is just really strong. It'll secure the Shadow Fiend his early levels and make it so whoever is trying to lane into him just can't even walk up to the wave.
So, Morphling's a Lumiere classic for sure. This is something that he has played quite a bit. Into the Shadow Fiend, it
seconds.
is a little. It's like kind of meh in my opinion, but is very good when
5
you
seconds.
have when you basically become the Ember Spirit, right, into the mid game, and you have Slight and Chains and stuff like that to play around. But
It's fine. You have a couple options. You can morph into Undying,
Tombstone it.
place the Tombstone. The Ags isn't great into the Shadow Fiend, but
Yeah.
you have the burst to kill him. You can waveform through Requiem if that's relevant. Your timings and your items match up pretty
Dire
decently.
gets the
I
ban.
don't think it's a like strongly favored one way or the other carry matchup to my knowledge, but I'm not the most knowledgeable on those either, so couldn't say for certain.
So it looks like they're still banning out mid lane heroes. They get rid of the Zeus, which we actually saw yesterday, and in our post game interview with PP that they ended up being
10 seconds.
pretty happy with the Zeus versus Shadow Fiend matchup. Like it ended up kind of owning. Obviously, this would be a mid lane Ember, but in general, Zeus is just not a hero Shadow Fiend can really get to, and he is a little bit of a glass cannon sometimes.
Zeus?
Yeah,
I mean, he's a lot harder to actually kill than he used to be. You can get out of a lot of situations
Radiant
with
gets
Heavenly
the
Jump.
ban.
His strength growth rate isn't awful. I feel like the hero is decent. It's just hard to find a time to pick him because you usually want your mid laner to be some sort of initiator or heavy damage healer. It just kind of falls off when enemies get BKBs, which is a bit unfortunate. Anyways, this last
Dire gets the ban.
phase of the draft here, they get rid of the Bat Rider. I guess they're just afraid of the Shadow Fiend positioning being ruined.
it's also one of those impossible matchups for the mid Ember. Like
Yeah,
it is super rough.
Radiant's up.
And they get rid of the Underlord. That's a Saberlight classic. I was a little bit curious because they definitely need some team fight hero from this off lane, right? Like they need someone that can go in and kind of lock down some of these heroes for Ember and Shadow Fiend to follow up with.
Yeah, it can lane well into the morph. It can buy
Yeah.
good items. It just provides a lot of damage. I
no,
can see
I
that being
10
was
seconds.
I was told by Double A that Speed had PTSD from having to play
We're
against
starting in 5
Saberlight's
seconds. Put in a
Underlord.
watch.
Is that true?
No comment.
I see. So it is true.
No comment.
What is this last pick going to be for Shopify Rebellion?
For
These were the
Shopify,
I
what, you're
don't think you
leaning
go.
into
Yeah,
Morph Silencer?
you can't go back to Dawnberg. Not against these heroes.
Dire's turn.
Night Stalker.
That's something we haven't seen in a while, but that makes taking buildings in the early game incredibly easy. I am a big fan of this hero. I think more teams should pick him up.
I'm hesitant. I can see how it's strong, but I'm a little worried about the
seconds.
lane. Because, like, Morph Silencer
5 seconds.
can provide a lot of threat. I don't
guess-
think that this Night Stalker is going to have some amazing like 5-minute timing where he can kick out the Morphling. And I
No,
think
no,
his
he's not
like
gonna have
early
a good.
levels are going to be bad.
His laning phase isn't gonna be great, but once he gets a BKB, his game is pretty easy. It's somewhat easy for him to hunt down heroes like the Morphling. You can you have such a massive advantage when you're trying to push towers, just due to vision advantage of being able to fly over the tree line and see past it. And it makes Ember Spirit's life very easy because again, you just got vision of absolutely everybody throughout the whole team fight. So
Yeah.
these are the reasons why I like Night Stalker. I think more heroes should grab him.
Okay.
More
that makes
teams should grab
sense.
him.
I think overall, Alliance has a cool draft, but I'm a little worried about this Visage. I think if he dies once in his lane's kind of over. It's very reliant on like tiny dragging waves, and the Undying is going to contest him and try to connect the waves.
Yeah.
If the Visage just has to lane normally into the Shadow Fiend, he kind of can't. But if he's able to get away with like a decent laning phase, then he has a lot of pressure and can be a really strong threat, and they can group up around his hero.
I was kind of hoping they were gonna go for like a mid Primal Beast or something here, but and then just
No,
run
I
the Pango
don't
off
think the
lane.
Pango can survive the Shadow Fiend Undying lane at all.
I was
That
gonna
guy's
say
getting bodied.
that would just be a
That
rough
guy's gonna
lane.
have no game.
So yeah, they had to focus up and just put the Pango mid, like you said, something that they wanted to try and force based off the first few bans and picks. So makes sense.
Yeah.
Smart draft from them.
Oh, I like seeing the like pro player. I don't know what they're called. The little token things on the
Those are
different heroes.
stickers.
Yeah, I like the Ame sticker.
I did
that-
not like the stickers.
Stickers have to be like the worst implemented feature in the last decade.
I don't think they're a fantastic feature, but I like seeing the players with the stickers. Like last game, Saberlight has the Saberlight sticker on his own Dawnbringer. That's kind of funny.
That is very cringe. I'm gonna be honest with you.
The
That's
only
exactly the kind of thing I'd expect from Saberlight.
The only good thing that came out of the stickers was like the first week where they were bugged and every sticker was Arteezy on the showcase.
Oh, I remember that.
And so no matter
That was a
what
funny one.
you put on it, it was just Arteezy. And that was the only
Yeah.
good thing that came out of stickers.
That's not true.
Yes, it is.
Stickers were a lot of the money that we got from the fan bundles at TI. That was another good thing that came out of stickers.
Really, was it? I don't remember hardly anybody buying them.
No, because you had to buy you couldn't just buy somebody's sticker. You need to buy all stickers in order to get a chance at rolling them.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't think anyone enjoyed that. So I'm pretty sure the whole community hated the gambling aspect of it. I think that was like the
people
biggest
who got
criticism.
the money from it enjoyed it.
Oh. I'm sure. Well, into game number 2 here. Shopify currently up 1-0 here over Alliance. You're gonna have the bonus night vision at the start here from the Night Stalker to play around mid, so that's always
Oh,
quite
he's just
nice.
gonna go pop smokes.
Yep. How do you do that? Weird. Good old Night Stalker. This is a great Night Stalker set. He's combined like 3 different sets here. This is good stuff.
I like the blue hands. They're way cooler than the gold hands. The gold hands kind of cringe.
I use the blue hands with the gold animation.
That was very hipster.
Okay.
30 seconds.
Now the very hipster one is using going back to the old anti-mage where you have like one golden basher and one non-golden basher.
Oh, that's a fun one.
I was like the classic, like I've got both, deal with it.
I'm curious to see how Analog does in this bin matchup. I know that it's tough, and you're very much supposed to get kicked out just by getting slight spammed, but it'll be interesting to see how long he can last in it, and then what his first rotation ends up being. Or if he's just forced to like hit a hard camp with QW instead.
All right. We'll just see them split even on the rune. Oh, wait, no. Shopify actually outclicked the top rune, so they'll end up starting with 3, I suppose. So, the mid lane matchup of Abed's Ember versus Analog's Pango. It's definitely Ember favored, right? With how Sleight of Fist is now.
Yeah, absolutely. Ember for sure wins this matchup. It's sort of like an inevitable one where eventually when the Sleight of Fist cooldown is really low and you have your corrosion, the Pango just can't lane.
Yeah.
Yep.
You can also
By the way,
just
I do-
very reliably Sleight of Fist dodge Shield Crash as well. So he doesn't get the damage reduction, right? Plus you don't take the damage.
I do need to correct myself, by the way. Last game I said that everyone on Shopify were in Peru getting ready for the boot camp. I was told they were before. but apparently they're not flying out until another couple days.
Oh,
Sounds
that's a
like
nice
fake
kill.
news from Neph then. I
Wait,
don't
can
know.
you get it up as well? No,
He's got the stick. Didn't have enough damage built up. But yeah, first blood for the bottom lane. I mean, that's pretty nice for Vitaly. You're specifically talking about how good Visage could do in this lane if he gets off to a good start. So that'll do it.
Yeah, he really just needs that good start so that he can do exactly what he's doing. Buy 3 mangoes, buy 3 tangos, and start playing for more soul assumption spam. On the flip side, if he were to get like first blooded there with the Undying and Shadow Fiend combo, if he gets like triple raised or something, then his game becomes really tough. Because he's just like this fragile hero.
Yeah. Yeah, that Gravekeeper's Cloak does not help you against a triple raise for sure.
And with like 285 base move speed, he struggles in this lane if he doesn't have the regen.
Yeah. So top lane, we've got Lumir's Morphling and then a Silencer up against Rubik Nightstalker. Morphling should do fairly well here. Even once it becomes nighttime, I feel like Morphling just has raindrops and just sustains the lane. If he, gets that decently timed Mask of, what is this thing called? Morbid Mask. Yeah, I almost said Mask of Death. What a throwback.
More big mask. More big mask.
Okay, I think that meme might be over. But I'll let it slide. Fly bottom lane. He's got to be careful. There's 9 mangoes on the Visage right now. This dude's ready to unload.
That's true, but at the same time, with the Necromastery, the SF's like very seriously out CSing the Visage. So as long as they're not getting kills on this tiny Visage lane, it's not too bad.
Yeah. Also, I'm apparently blind. I don't know why I said Visage, but Undying has 9 mangoes.
Oh, I see. Yeah, that's the Undying way.
Yeah.
I mean, we saw him do this exact same. I hope they're letting him play other things other than just this Undying and building 9 mangoes every game. This would be, that's like the true Undying. The hero's lore is that he's suffering and he just wants to die.
Yep.
I think if you're forced to play this every game, you might feel the same way.
Avalanche toss souls.
I was going to say, they could go for it. He's going to toss him pretty far back into the Avalanche. He's got another mango, but it's that one hero on the decay. Fly will still fall. Nice play there. Good bait by
9 mangoes for what? 9 mangoes for what?
I mean, he's down to 4.
And it's really important that Visage is getting these kills, not the tiny.
Yeah.
It's not like the Rubik lane last time where the Rubik gets the first blood, but it doesn't really matter because the gold is impactful the same ways early on. The Visage really needs money because he's not able to CS very comfortably into the SF.
Yeah, he's going to get mana boots here relatively early.
Yeah, they'll be able to spam other spells a lot easier after that point.
4-minute rune, though. Nice rotation from Shopify.
If you get on top of this SF at all, he does die pretty quickly, but you can already see that the man's buying raindrops in preparation for these soul assumptions coming out onto him. Much harder to get killed. I feel like raindrops are one of the things that kind of killed Visage's laning stage, man.
It made it tough, but I think it's very important that they're in the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, certain lanes literally, or certain heroes would just be completely broken if raindrops.
I said
were not
remove
available.
couriers, remove raindrops. Let's just make laning for some people miserable again, okay?
Oh, okay. I feel like that is a death that we probably should not have seen.
So Nightstalker picked up the level 1 Crippling Fear instead of Hunter in the Night, which is kind of unheard of. He's 2-1-0.
Yeah.
I didn't see the kill itself, but I'm sure that's how it happened, was that the Morph was like playing on low HP with Morph just like up and ready. And then
Telekinesis into silence.
Nightstalker just surprise silences him and he dies to the double nukes.
Well, because of it, he managed to hit level 4 before the first night hits. And so now he does have Hunter of the Night and Crippling Fear, and puts on a Gardic.
Yeah, that is a super dead silencer. I mean, he gets a ward sentry down to try and scout some of this backside of that tree line, but Lumir's not going to have a very good time in this lane if that silencer is kind of a if he's like has no presence at all.
Nightstalker is one of these heroes that can kind of ball out of control in the laning phase if he gets like some good early. It's very dependent on what items he has at the start. So he gets himself his early. He got phase boots finished already. Yeah, he does. Silencer's in for it now. I don't think he can come back.
Yeah, I mean, he's just gonna play for runes right now,
Yeah.
and then he'll probably just stay pretty far back in the lane.
Yeah, really far back. I mean, again, if this Night Stalker gets on top of him with the phase boots, you die.
Oh, well played by Abed.
There's no
He
way.
knows that the Tiny's gonna contest with
Look
the
at this.
Avalanche.
He's
so
actually just
messed
dead
up the
top.
tower.
He just gets him. The void into the crippling fear. He's just playing on too low of HP.
Yeah, you can't play on low HP against the Night Stalker when he gets phase boots this early. He's having an amazing laning stage. I don't think Night Stalker has any business doing this well up here.
Yeah, I'm surprised as well. He's got the Ags queued up too.
Yeah, I was gonna say, there's no way he actually goes Ags, right?
You'd be surprised. This man does some wacky shit.
Rolling Thunder bottom lane. They're gonna make a rotation, try and find Artur, but he manages to dodge out these stuns. Avalanche comes through, the first stun connects, and now the damage coming through as well from Visage. He's running low on mana, but a Swashbuckle will be able to find the kill. Vitaly on the run. Nice telekinesis from Crit. One more auto attack. This guy, man, he's a gamer. So a nice exchange. You end up getting the Shadow Fiend, which is definitely worth it.
Dead
But,
top.
oh boy.
Yeah.
I mean,
Is he? Oh, never
Dyer's
mind.
middle
Nice.
tower is insured. That thing
it's
is
the
standing
curse
on a
off. It'll
fast
be
break.
okay.
Yeah, if he had more stick charges, he might try to go for it.
Lumiere actually might chase
Looks
this.
like Radiant's
He
tower
can't get him.
torn down. Probably asbestos.
Lumiere would take a lot of damage if he tried to come out of the Night Stalker there. If someone TPs in at the same time, you gotta keep in mind, Crippling Fear is a 4.5 second silence.
Mid lane, they're sniffing for someone at these tree line.
Dyer's middle tower is
Vitaly did just TP in, but they need more than this. So
This is a cool rotation from the Shadow
not a
Fiend.
betting man, unless
I
it's basketball.
didn't see how he got there, but they just have 3 heroes on the mid tower.
But if I was, I'd bet on Radiant's top tower coming down.
Is he gonna keep going? I'm a little confused, like, why he's here.
there's the 8-minute rune coming. I mean, they
But
have vision
you
of
have
him.
the-
El Misho is going to hide on the tree line here. Into the Rolling Thunder. They've caught Abed. It's going to be a haste, and oh, Analog's going to be able to bottle that one up. And now, on the high ground, they get the kill. They take down the Ember.
Yeah, wasn't able to get away from that one. I mean, he had a Remnant out, but I don't think he expected the stun so much damage to come into him so quickly.
I'm still really confused why the Shadow Fiend was mid for so long. He's level 5, and the Undying's kind of just
They
hitting
probably
creep
thought they
spot.
could take the tower. Like, again,
Guess.
they rotate in. You do have a lot of auto attack damage. So you've got the over corrosion on the Ember Spirit. You think if you can get this, okay, great. You can invade the enemy team jungle. The game probably gets a lot easier for you, especially with the Night Stalker on your side. But if they were going for that tower, I'm surprised that they didn't bring the Night Stalker in.
Yeah, and they're doing it without a catapult. But, I don't know. Dota's a nuanced game.
I guess the Aghanim Scepter on the Night Stalker is pretty sick if you just buy the shard immediately after. Because the biggest problem with the Ag is you don't have the mana to sustain it, but the shard definitely fixes mana problems if you...
I think
Oh,
you
yeah.
just you get as many components for the age as you can, but if you get the shard on the way there, it's fine.
Dyer's top tower is really taking a beating.
But we'll see. I think he needs to get like the Ags and then the shard, and then he can start building like a BKB and a Blink Dagger and stuff, which will be a little rough. Bottom lane, Saberlight drops that Crippling Fear, able to catch Spango, but he's got a Haste Rune and a nice Avalanche on the backside. Will slow up the rest of these heroes. Vitaly in some trouble here as he's going to continue to chase him down. Does have the raises. Will be able to connect onto one of the Rolling Thunder here from Analog. Going to be able to just kind of mix things up. Do they manage to catch the stun? No, they don't, and now he needs to just back out. He can't afford to stay here any longer. Swashbuckle away with the vision still being provided. They're going to be able to dive for more, and a quick raise. Plus the Void, more than enough damage. Okay, nice chase.
Things are looking
Oh,
dire.
Saberlight,
Bottom tower.
careful.
Forget I said that. Their bottom tower is in trouble.
I'm pretty sure he's dead here.
Yeah.
That's a quick one. Abed here should be able to pick up the Tiny in just a moment. Sleight of Fist comes through, finds the kill. Now Lumiere, with that Flame Guard running, he's actually pretty safe. Another Sleight of Fist as well, but running low on resources, almost out of mana.
Oh,
Tries to
he
pick off
tricks him back
Fly.
into the
One more
tree.
auto
Oh,
attack, won't get him. And
you
now
can't finish him. He
Oh,
doesn't have
the
the mana to
silence
wait
though!
for him.
Oh, it's good though.
he caught him with the last word silence, like immediately.
All right,
Dyer's top tower
that
is
was
really
sick.
taking a beating.
Fly gets away, but you lose a way more important hero there. But you're still 3K net worth behind. I I don't know how Alliance bounces back from this one. It looks rough to begin. And this team should not be doing as good in the early game as they should. Sorry, as they are right now.
It's definitely tough. They do finally have the Visage level 6, and he's got a catapults as well. It looks like they're gonna rotate the 2 subs down to bottom and try to open up the tower. At least right now, it seems like Shopify is kind of fine with that, just having the Night Stalker sit there to collect waves.
Don't look now, but Radiant's bottom tower is getting obliterated.
Yeah, so they are going to grab the bottom tower here. They're fine to give this one up while SF works on his next couple of items. You really want the Maelstrom done on the Ember Spirit as well. So you continue to farm up and scale into the later parts of this game. And yeah, we can see Saberlight. He's got the Aghanim Shard queued up as well, so he'll probably build this before he finishes up his Aghanim Scepter. And it'll help him get there.
I feel like you want that Ags ASAP though, but maybe he'll go the Shard first.
The Egg Shard or the Egg Scepter?
I feel like he wants the Scepter first. Maybe he'll go the Shard first, but I'm pretty sure.
He's such a clown now.
25 gold from the Diffusal here for the Pango. That'll be quite nice.
Yeah. I mean, Night Stalker's not here, so it is harder to dive the tower, but they have an easy time. They commit the Tombstone and Alliance are too.
I guess if you just drop the Tombstone, it's not too bad.
At least he has a back. I mean, El Misho's fishing for anything he can find. They have this Absorber Ward up on the cliff here, but this is not where they're playing. They're just on the opposite side, playing underneath their own vision.
I don't know if they can take this tower. It seems a little optimistic. They have the Night Stalker ulti up. They have Ember. They could potentially go really badly for Alliance.
Yeah, I mean,
I understand why they feel pressured to do it.
Yeah, the longer this takes, the more the Ember's gonna poke them. Again, Night Stalker can come in at any point, pop his Aghanim Scepter, and all of a sudden, the
Rolling Thunder out. He's just gonna go straight for crit. And with the Diffusal, should be able to connect pretty easily, but just like you mentioned, Night Stalker coming out of the backside, Global Science will be able to try and make some space to toss out from El Misho, but they're plenty healthy here on the side of Shopify. And it looks like they're just gonna sack the Tiny. Meanwhile, the tower, cleaned up by Lumiere, gets the waveform out just barely. Able to push away the Night Stalker, so he's gonna be just fine. Nice slight chains onto 2. Still got the birds. Crit forced to fly one away. As he's running low on resources. Analog just going in super deep into the middle of 4. A curse will hit them all, but the Tombstone comes out. And another chain's catching the silencer. Crit comes on in. Beautifully done as he just pops him. A resummon here on the birds, looking for more from Vitali, but I don't think he can do it all by himself. He needs help. It's going to be El Misho coming in on the Tiny again. The first drop of a familiar. The second one's going to come through as well. Nice crippling fear. He does have the Avalanche. Tiny doesn't get to use anything. Avalanche comes out at the last second, does catch the Night Stalker, but Lumiere needs to be able to find a lot for this to be worth it.
I mean, this whole time Shadowking's just farming up the Storm.
Yeah.
It feels a little awkward. You're taking these fights and you have a hero die, you get a kill, you have another hero die, but you're kind of not hitting creeps. And so the net worth advantage just keeps going up on the side of Shopify.
I'm going to try and get onto Abed here. The curse actually missed, unfortunately for him, but he's still got plenty. Oh, dude, both summons of birds are gone now.
Yeah, this has just gone for, what, 80 seconds now? They've got nothing, but it's exactly like Panders is saying, yes, you were trading with people there, but this is all while Shadowking was farming. So you don't really increase your net worth lead. I'm sorry, you don't get anything. You get like slightly favorable trades. Meanwhile, the SF has just cleared like 10 creep camps in 2 waves.
Dude, top lane, he's just beating him down here on the Night Stalker. Vitali's going to come up as well, but forced to pop the mech. And Night Stalker just walks away, closing in on the Aghanim Scepter as fast as possible. He did buy the shard.
I mean, it just gives him a lot more sustain, you know?
Yeah, mid lane, Gardic. He'll be fine though. All right, I guess we can do a Shadow Fiend check. We haven't really seen what he's been up to. Is like I said, he's just been farming for quite a while now. Has the Mask of Madness, got that Dragon Lance. Do you think he just goes for an early pike this game, or what's he playing for? Manta. Ooh, okay. Toss back. They get the Undying. That's not bad.
Yeah, they're committing global and roll for Undying though, and it's on their own side of the map. It's a little tough.
Dyer's top tower, I'd put on a hard hat. That baby is coming down.
Abed with a DD.
Oh, that's a lot of damage.
Nice mech. Drops a familiar. We'll be able to stop the Night Stalker from going for more, but Sleight of Fist once again will easily clean him up. So Silencer now sidelined for 25. With Artor here in the mid lane, do they want to try and get this tier 2? What's their plan?
They're quite strong, but I mean, Shadow Fiend is farming up a BKB. So they don't really need to force this tier 2. They can just farm out aggressively, take control of Dyer's jungle, farm more camps. The only person who's hitting creeps on Alliance is just the Morphling. The Visage is really just like collecting the occasional mid-wave with 2 supports on him. It's kind of tough. And so they're not forced to do much.
He's keeping up with the SF though. I mean, he has managed to catch back up with him again. He was like almost 1,000 net worth down on him. Now he's just like 200 net worth back.
Yeah. Because he's able to get out on the map and he's not showing up to every single fight. But the other cores and then the subs just don't have any farm really.
Mm-hmm.
And so that means that Shopify is able to just take the game at whatever pace they want. They decide they're going to farm up the SF BKB, probably play for an Aegis, and then just close out the game cleanly.
We'll see about that.
We'll see. Things can always get strange. But Alliance does need to find some way to like break the state of the map right now, right? As long as Shopify continues to just hold their spots on the map and farm, then they're happy. So Alliance needs to change something up.
God, it'll take forever to kill this tombstone.
Yeah, Vitali's gonna lose one of his birds with the crippling fear on the wraparound, and oh, nice disarm. Might be. Nah, there's no way he gets saved. Just not out the shard yet. Nice chains out from Abed as well, just to poke for a little bit more damage, but that's gonna be an opening for Roshan. Gotta try and get something out of this Dark Ascension. The Golem comes out as well. Can you contest this?
No, you definitely can't. I think that without Panko Blink, it's really hard to get in there comfortably. Shopify is always going to have the vision advantage at nighttime with the Night Stalker, and so it just makes those sorts of initiations very awkward.
Alright, there's your Aghanim Scepter on the Night Stalker.
I think it EQ'd up X, so he's just looking to run in the middle of the team fights.
Yeah. Yeah, this makes sense. Shopify is just gonna run into the Dire jungle, farm all the camps, pressure the tower. They have BKB flying out for SF now.
This is
if they get the big smoke on him, it's really good. They're actually wrapping around further.
Wait, they're gonna see.
They saw Tiny. His smoke popped.
And then the courier caught Tiny as well, and they all ping it out. Oh no, this is going to be a disaster for them.
Oh.
I mean, look at where Abed's positioned as well. Saberlight.
Scanning around for enemies.
It's going to be a great way for them to start the fight. What a Hurricane Pike, though. Will be able to get the global off as a result, and crit into the trees. He's the one that's going to go down first. Night Stalker. They're going to go back in. They drop the Tombstone on top of him. Tally's going to drop those birds, and that's going to stun them up for the moment. The Requiem, though, doing the damage. Fears off one. They catch the Morphling as well. Misho in the trees trying to hide this one out, but the chase continues here as Saberlight. He's got a lot of control with this Aghanim Scepter. The daytime, though, might slow him up just enough so they can get away.
Yeah, I think Alliance realized that one a little bit too slow. I don't think that they right away noticed that the smoke popped on the Tiny, or that the courier had vision of him flying over him. At that point, it was just done. Saberlight got the best possible initiation. Just like the void off on the 3, along with the silence. That was... I mean, you're a Shopify fan. You're probably laughing right now.
Yeah, this is now very, very comfortable to play.
Yeah. Well, it could have been a great recovery smoke. I mean, getting a kill. If they went up that hill there, they managed to catch Arteezy farming by himself. I mean, even with the Aegis, I think he He might just like die twice.
Well, he would have gotten the BKB delivered, but it would have been close. They still might have been able to kill him twice. Dark Ascension's gonna reveal the whole side of Alliance here as a Sleight of Fist doing some work, and there he is. Huge void onto 4, and he's just gonna sit up onto the high ground, crippling fear as he continues to just scout out for the entire side of Shopify as they take down 2 right away. Now Lumiere into the trees, whipped into shape here. He's gonna get slowed up quite a bit. The toss up onto the high ground as well as they just continue the slaughter. 4 dead and about to be 5 as Analog's got no spells left. One more void to slow him up, and a Sleight of Fist from Abed. 5 for 0 as they're diving to the basically to the fountain.
My God.
Shopify, they look like they're in major form right now.
Okay, looks like the Aghanim Scepter from Night Stalker kind of doing work. He just did so much damage. It's good stuff. It's good stuff.
Yeah. And they'll make a quick look at this tier too. So they haven't taken down the outer towers down the bottom lane yet. At the very least, still have that going for you on Alliance. But 14k net worth advantage here. Like 22 minutes into the game. Things are rough, man.
All right. Well, what's the answer? What can Alliance do here to try and get back in this game?
I mean, they tried it before. They went for a smoke gank during the nighttime, but you ran into the SF at the smoke pop. They knew exactly where you were. They keep on trying to make these cheeky wraparounds, but Shopify seem to be constantly scouting them out.
Yeah, and once you're ahead on Night Stalker, the game is just so comfortable. You're always going to have the vision advantage. You have full vision in any team fight. If Alliance finds some miracle pick off on a core, then potentially they can open up the map. But outside of that, there isn't much.
Radiant does not like Dire's bottom tower. Dire's bottom tower is gone to be with the big brick in the sky.
Top lane. Analog and Abed having some fun.
I don't know how much fun Analog's having. He's got that
I think he's having very little fun.
He's like, bro, just let me hit some creeps, all right?
Well, he's draining Abed's mana. That's got to be fun.
It's something.
Yeah.
Don't do that, bro.
Aegis bottom lane gets popped, and they end up just globaling immediately as the Dark Ascension comes out, and just sack the silencer for this. But,
I mean, it's the sort of play that they want to set up, right? You want to have the Aegis expire and then chain stun the SF before you can use BKB and somehow have him die, but you don't really have the items or the setup to do that.
So you get him, you're forced to bring him down there, and he gets back up before the Aegis expires. They'll try to chase him down, but again, you push up on him on this hill, it becomes very easy for RZ to turn this one around with the Requiem.
that plus Tombstone, right? Like, it's just not fun to fight into a high ground Tombstone.
Oh no, double damage and picked up on Abed.
About to be.
This one
Yeah,
up.
he's
might give
gonna-
it a shot at
yeah.
Ash.
Oh, come on. This is a Abed item.
They smoke up on Alliance. They want to try and fight this. They will see crit here in the mid lane. I mean, not a bad hero if they can get the initiation. There's going to be the Avalanche, the toss, the BKB right away from the Shadow Fiend as he pops the DD. And oh boy, Analog's going to learn real fast. He's got to get out of here. Sleight of Fist in a couple seconds. He's going to continue to chase Swashbuckle to the low ground. But Abed, he's got him. Got him locked up. Blink in one. Analog. Dude, what a slick escape from him. Abed's actually out of remnants. Avalanche comes through. They don't find the Shadow Fiend. The Requiem will kind of catch onto the Tiny, but the damage from Lumiere, he's going to be able to pick him up. They can disarm this Shadow Fiend. Maybe they have a fight. The BKB for him already expended. No way. Can they actually take him down? He's fallen low. The disarm does come through. The Fear, though, holding Lumiere in place, but he gets the Hurricane Pike, trying to hold his ground here for the moment. As Analog going to be able to rejoin the fight as well. And Abed, one more remnant. That's all he's got. But the stun, the mana burn, it's been too much. Double kill for Abed as he does manage to find the kill, but it's going to be Lumiere. Now 1v1 up against Saberlight. He just says, screw it, man. Neither of us can win. Oh, the buyback. All right. He's got a Pike still to play with, but wait for him to the high ground. Lumiere trying to get away from Abed. The Yules comes through, and Saberlight's going to catch him as well. So they finally
cool buyback.
find the kill.
Damn. That was a really cool buyback.
Thankfully had the Remnant down, but again, was all out of mana thanks to the Fusel Blade on the Pango. They almost managed to hold and turn things around. Hell, they're still trying.
They're going to get Saberlight. Absolutely. The burst damage is there, and Abed,
Abed, he's out
no
of
remnants. Global Silence does come through. Can they actually chase him down? He has the Euls to play with, but El Misho needs a couple seconds for this blink. Tombstone comes down from Fly. Looks like he's going to sacrifice himself here, maybe. Oh, he's got Guardian Greaves. Hello.
Focus the Tombstone instead, and I think off of this one, Alliance should back off. I mean,
they come in with Analog. You got to be very careful now on the side of Shopify. He's very strong.
Yeah.
I mean, overall, this was a
hold.
pretty good exchange for Alliance over the last couple of minutes.
I mean,
It could have been worse.
I looked at this game like a couple minutes ago. They were diving into tier 4s on Shopify, and you still managed to take a team fight now on Alliance. Everything went. I think Shopify got kind of bait. They baited themselves with that double damage rune. I think they played way more risky than they otherwise would have off of that one.
Yeah, the fight also just was very drawn out, and so the SFBKB expired, and he's still caught in the middle. No one's quite dead yet, and so they're able to sort of just lock him down.
Oh, Abed comes in. Crit will try and grab the Gardic here. Guardian Greaves to try and top him off, but in comes the Morphling. They get the kill on the one. The Slight Chain's actually going to be a pretty big issue for Saberlight as he's forced to BKB and run now.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, pickoffs that end up being really good here. They get Dark Ascension, they get the BKB, they get the kill onto Crit. That's not bad. And Roche is respawning here very soon.
Yeah, I think they need one more kill before they can feel comfortable contesting Roche. I don't think they can play really an even fight here, just because of the vision advantage.
All right. Roche is up. We see the Wraith Pact picked up on Vitali here. So that will help out a little bit in some of these fights. They smoke up immediately on Alliance. Still nighttime, but no Dark Ascension. Maybe you can play around it. They're just going to go right into the Roshan. Try for a high ground D ward here, of course. Need to do
Rather
that.
than going to Roshan, they're waiting for Shopify to try to scout it out. They wanna catch
Artur.
them.
Instant Shadow Blade there. They will get the D ward. So they've got full Roche vision, and into Roshan they go. I mean, this is really good for Alliance. Shopify, without Dark Ascension, not an easy contest. They're going to smoke anyway. As they go for the wraparound. I mean, are they going to make it in time? I don't think so. Yeah, not even close. Lumiere's going to grab himself the Aegis. He'll grab himself the Shard as well, but maybe they still want to fight. Not really expecting it. Saberlight comes in. Crippling Fear does catch the VKB out for Lumiere right away as Artur is going to pop his as well. The question is, can he get out on Analog? The TP during the Rolling Thunder, it's going to be enough to escape. El Misho not as lucky, though. It's being a 2 quick kills here for the side of Shopify, plus the Familiars.
It's not bad, though. They deny up the Aegis. They actually still manage to hold on to it. Morphling gets the Shard as well. As long as they don't lose like a lane of racks off of this, then it's fine. The respawn times are pretty quick, too. They just don't have Fortify out.
Oh, Crit. Nice telekinesis. He's caught the Pango. Force Staff. Nice save
Saberlight's
from
in pretty
Lumiere.
far.
Yeah, he is indeed, but no BKBs on the side of Alliance. You do have Silencer coming back, though, so it will just
How much
back away.
agility do you? How much strength do you? Do you really go full strength
Yeah,
when you steal
there's a lot of
this?
magic
Okay.
damage on Alliance.
I see. The question I always ask myself is how much strength do you go? Because your auto attacks are pretty bad once you're full strength.
It's not as bad as accidentally full agi shifting and then dying immediately.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh, indeed.
Those are always some of my favorites, you know.
Oh, Morphling actually gave the Shard to Visage, I think.
Ooh, yeah, he
That
did.
seems much better.
Yeah, Gravekeeper's
If he can
close.
stay alive and continue providing the Greaves and the Wraith Pact aura, it has a very big impact in the fights.
It is one of the better shards. I'm glad it got nerfed because it was really strong for a while, but it's super important in fights. If he's able to get that off, not only does it just delay his death for that, like 3 seconds or whatever, but comes back a little bit healthier. Like you said, providing auras all the time. Smoke up from Shopify. Looking mid lane. Crit's gonna be able to grab Silencer. Does he get the global off? He's just not even gonna bother. He will just give up his first life. He has buyback though, so buyback global still an option. As Saberlight dives in for more, he's gonna pop the BKB, but gets bashed. The global, there it is. Trying to stop them from engaging, but Lumiere taking a huge amount of damage from the Shadow Fiend. As Saberlight's still nice and healthy, tops his HP off. Vitali pops that Gravekeeper's cloak, so trying to distract them for the moment, but they're going to continue the chase. They find Tiny down low, TP out on the Pango, but ends up being 2, or basically 3 for 0 and a buyback.
Yeah. I mean, this does go back to what Panders was saying earlier, though. You take this fight on their side of the map, respawn timers are relatively low, so Shopify don't get a ton from this. They do. Oh my god, they're going to make up for it just by TPing to this outpost.
Oh, he scans it right
They
away.
scanned it out, though.
I mean, Lumiere has BKB and Aegis, so he should be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do scan that one out and get away. Aghanim Scepter is almost done on the Morphling. This one will be pretty big.
Yeah,
but you won't
once he
take a lot
gets
of the
the
attack
axe, he
speed
can
away
potentially
from
just he
SF?
can boss up on the SF.
Yeah.
Makes a big difference. Because right now he's kind of just having to kite in every fight.
Now, does the Shadow Fiend go for the Lincoln Sphere to stop the Morph, or does he just not bother?
Don't think so.
I mean, other heroes are working on solutions to the Morphling right now. You finish the Shiva's God on Ember Spirit. Doesn't make it so we can't attribute shift as freely.
Saberlight is so farmed on this Night Stalker. Oh my gosh. Blink
Yeah,
now
I'm really
done
happy
with
to
his
see Zero
BKB.
again.
Queues up the overwhelming blink. And Aghanim Scepter now done on Lumiere. So definitely a fighting option. If he can get the Shadow Fiend, it is quite nice. Help reduce a lot of his damage. They're looking at a mid lane though. Question is, can they get the jump? The Age is still on him for 50 seconds. He jumps in, does get Saberlight, and then immediately feared on up. 4 staffs away. Still able to morph, though, so he is quite all right as they bait out the Tombstone and that Golem. They really want to force the Aegis, and they do it. Saberlight just catches the whole backline, and a Crippling Fear Analog in some trouble. There's going to be the Global Silence. El Misho with the 4 staff away as Vitali trying to survive for now. Looks like he will be able to as Lumiere finally going to rejoin the fight, take down this Undying. And so far, a 1 for 0. Saberlight forced to back off, refill off the creep camp, and he will snipe Gardic now. Lumiere did get the morph, so your Shadow Fiend does a lot less damage right now.
Yeah, it's...
And he does actually queue up the link immediately after he gets hit with it.
I'm telling
he
you,
queues up the
dude.
link and buys like half of it.
It's the only real counter to this. It is so annoying to play against.
I want to hit them.
Yeah.
That's funny. My favorite thing in Dota is just watching people's items change immediately after a team fight.
Dude, they're smoking straight for RTZ, but there's no way he stays up here. Yeah, he's deeping out.
Yeah.
Honestly, one of the best things you can do is force the enemies to move to a corner of the map.
Mm-hmm.
Look
Yeah,
how
I
much
think
time
with the mid and the bot wave like this, you can't really make this play. It's just a little too telegraphed.
I mean, like, you kind of won the last team fight, but then you you actually lose a lot of your map right now because you move up here, try to catch the SF. Just take control of the jungles instead. Play as close to the mid lane as you can.
Yeah.
I mean, if you can get a kill onto SF over in the corner of the map, great. But very rarely do you actually find that kill, and then you're all out of position.
I think it's optimistic to be playing for picks on the Shadow Fiends.
On the corners, especially.
All right, nighttime once again. Saberlight obviously very happy.
Yeah. All buff cooldown in 10. I mean, this is what they're going to be playing around for trying to break high ground. It is an amazing tool for that. Just having unobstructed vision as you're going up. And there's the Lincoln Sphere completed, so someone's going to have to pop that.
Yeah,
now.
it's just really the sole assumption.
I mean, you can throw an attribute. Sorry, not shift.
Adaptive strike.
Adaptive strike. That's
You're
the
welcome.
one.
Yeah.
Thanks, Ricky.
Oh, nice blink out, but Saberlight's still gonna go in. Manages to find the stun onto that silencer. He's dead. Avalanche toss. We'll be able to send Arteezy back, but Tombstone up onto the high ground. You're in some trouble here. El Misho. He's gonna bite the dust. Saberlight pops the BKB, trying to fly away, but does get the consume there. So he's back up, nice and healthy. Buyback in from the tiny analog. Did pop the Rolling Thunder as well. I mean, you didn't really commit much of anything on Shopify. You still got BKBs on your Shadow Fiend. You're chilling.
It was a really nice use from Abed to stop the Morph from hitting the Night Stalker. The Morph doesn't feel like he can like just completely go in, and that means that the Night Stalker can kind of dive and commit like that without being threatened.
Yeah. The fact that they finish off the silencer there, he doesn't have buyback available, still on cooldown. Not able to get off his global silence in the team fight is huge for Shopify.
Oh, nice little telekinesis into the Requiem. They get the Visage and the Gem. So that is a beautiful little play there.
Overwhelming blink completed now on Saberlight. They're still managing to hold 25k net worth down. They're not making this easy for them. And they're actually looking to exit the base with the Visage still down. Smoked up behind Lumiere here.
He's just going dataless on the Morphling. I mean, it makes sense, right? He needs to be able to just right-click these heroes down. There's not many other options at this point.
Well, they continue to hold their high ground. They're just looking to close this one. I think they'll just run at this top tier 3 here. BKB is off of cooldown. They feel super confident, so they just drop the Tombstone on top of the tower. You have to be so careful about how you go in on Alliance now.
Yeah,
Because if you go too far forward and Night Stalker catches your backline, you just lose the team fight.
Ooh, Lumiere. His TP back got canceled. Ben with a beautiful Yule Scepter, and they could just try to take the fight up here now.
Oh no.
Gardic dead, no buyback, no global. And without a Morphling, I mean, he will see the DD rune. He's going to start walking his way back, but the damage is done, man. Whole lane of barracks gone. Really sick play there from Abed.
That's really tough.
Yeah, I am not sure what they do from this point. Again, Abed just hits him with the slight change. They realize, all right, this Morphling is their entirety of their damage. Like, without him, nothing happens. And best thing you can do is hide in the trees here. Hope that someone on Shopify shows themselves. He just got the dailies completed along with the double damage rune.
Ooh, stolen avalanche. Hits two.
He's done.
He's going to pop the BKB on Lumiere. The DD is still just laying into Saberlight. The bash comes through. They got him. That's a nice catch as well. As they get the Avatos back, and 2 fall for the side of Shopify. Crit doing some work here on the Rubik, but he also needs to get out. He cannot afford to go down here.
Yeah. He doesn't manage to catch them with Lumiere, so it's like they're going to be able to back up now on Shopify, dodge out the rest of the duration of this double damage rune.
He runs towards his team, a little bit afraid, but Roshan is up.
They scanned them out.
They do scan it, and with Arteezy coming in on the Shadow Blade, there's going to be the Avalanche. The Requiem does come through. The Fear connects for a second. The quick global silence to try and back away. That BKB's popped on the Shadow Fiend. If they can actually turn this around, it would be huge. There's going to be the bash. He's still got the Satanic to work with, but can they actually hold him down long enough as he's just crushing him a crit with a 3-hero Avalanche as well. The break onto the Morphling, trying to hobble his way into the Roshan, but changed up again. They've got it, man. Lumiere, wait a minute. He waveform dodges it. The Hurricane Pike, he's still letting Almisho. He's back into the Avalanche to touch. They get Arteezy. No buyback as well. They've lost Abed. Lumiere just standing his ground here the whole time. Takes down the Tombstone crit, trying to hobble away, but he's got them in suit. That's going to be the Rubik, the Gem as well. Lumiere continuing the chase now with Analog. They've got the Undying. The buybacks being put to such good use here on the side of Alliance. They're going to get the Roche.
That was so good from Lumiere. Oh my lord.
Oh my god. Why do you ever take this guy off the team? You can't do this without him.
Lumiere actually just... I don't know how he could have played that even any better. Like, he waveform dodged like 3 huge spells.
And this means that Alliance is very much still in this game. They're able to clear out the waves, set up the map. I mean, they need to find a way to get onto the side of Radiant, but their game is actually pretty good.
Yeah.
They have a winning carry matchup as well.
I mean, Pango just got a free Aghanim Scepter, and this game specifically, it is really strong. So we'll see what he can do with it. Oh man, that was absolutely nuts. I can't believe he pulled that off. The waveform like threw 3 heroes while dodging spells, just coming out on the other side with like 500 extra HP from the lifesteal. That was insane.
Yeah, that was
actually
really
insane. And now he's almost level 25. Like, he's gonna have that waveform cooldown, even more spammable. They got a ton of XP on the Pango as well as Vitaly. And they actually just give him the tome. There it is, level 25, waveform cooldown online.
nice.
I really missed the double waveform charges. That was a sick ability.
That was broken. We don't need that at all.
Come on, bring it back.
Nope. Absolutely not. Artur
when you
will
had-
hit his 25 though, so the Shadow Rays applies attack damage talent, very strong.
Remember when you had replicate and you were just the other team's carry as well, and also you could move around the map instantly?
That was good stuff.
That was
nice.
also cool.
There's going to be the Dark Ascension. Saberlight's going to be able to reveal out a lot of these heroes. Tries to get the Force Staff out to save. Gardic and Abyssal Blade comes through. He's going to be able to global finally, but is it too late? Vitaly is in trouble. Drops a stone for the backside of the fight. Your Undying is gone, and Arteezy is already BKB'd. He needs to bail. Analog coming in, going to be able to chainstone down the Night Stalker as well with the help of Vitaly, and now the Morphling joining the fight. They will take down the Silencer, but a big loss is your Night Stalker goes down, and now more. El Micho's caught crits. The toss back. 3 dead on Shopify. Our Alliance doing it.
I think Alliance are doing it.
I think
Holy shit.
Alliance is back.
Oh my gosh. Lumiere, he's trying to get that morph. If he did, that might have been a dead Ember Spirit, but
Yeah,
instead,
Barteezy's on damage control on the other side of the map. He's pressuring them. He walks up to the tier 3, hoping someone TP back as he walks towards this, but they ain't falling for it on Alliance. They're going forward.
dude, they have 3 fortifications is the problem. So first fort used, they have a second one to drop on this tower, and then another fort after this one falls. So
it just
it
buys
is gonna,
them so much
it's
time.
buying a lot of time.
Yeah, and they need to use their glyph aggressively here because since Arteezy's cut the wave, if the tower clears out
Avalanche,
the
toss back.
wave-
Abed, remnanting away. Lumiere gonna clean up the tombstone, but you get 1 lane of barracks. The question is, do you get... Oh! Analog just dies solo to the Shadow Fiend, and Gardic now in some trouble. They've got to punish Arteezy for this. He's got a BKB. Can he TP out? You don't have a Pango. No way to bash.
No way to interrupt it.
Oh,
Arteezy
Dude.
takes the racks, finds the solo kill on the Pango, forces the Rolling Thunder, and manages to get himself out of that.
Did you see where he force-staffed himself? Like, into the little corner there where, like, there
Yeah.
was no way for him to get touched.
Yep. That was sick. And of course, just stands his ground, auto attacks the Pango down. You can see the panic from this Pango as he realized that there's just no way to get on top of him.
Just
Now they get a smoke up?
2,800 damage. Well, with that one, it's now Shopify's turn. No buyback available on the Pango. He's on cooldown for 3 minutes. He almost has the gold, but it is going to be a while. They're looking. Oh, they see Artur. Do they go for it? Saberlight, though, will jump in immediately to cancel out any initiation of the Tiny. In so much trouble. Yule's here on the Morphling. He does have the Aegis, but the Disarm just causing some serious problems for him. Force Staff's on forward, waveform in. He wants to finish off this Night Stalker, but he won't be able to. Lumiere feared up. Gets the break as well. Saberlight just doing
can't die
work
here.
on the Night Stalker, and they've got him. That's the first life. He chases in for more. Abed will catch the signs, but the global comes out. Shadowfiend, he's got to get this Satanic off, but will he be able to? The Avalanche to push back. He's gone. Arteezy dead for 100 seconds. Fly about to join him. They managed to hold on a buyback from the Tiny again.
and Arteezy's short 450 gold for a buyback. They can actually apply a lot of pressure on the map this way.
Yeah, they can run down mid and actually probably scare the shit out of Shopify here.
I mean, they don't know about the buyback status, right?
Yeah,
So I don't think you have the confidence to just run at the tier 4s, but you can potentially get another Linerax.
yeah. And
Lumiere
again, you're
also
still
bought a
putting on another
refresher.
glyph. Lumiere's got a refresher.
Yeah, he bought out a refresher.
See, imagine he had 2 waveform charges still. Then he had 4 waveform charges.
Crit
I mean, it
did-
gives him the double BKB, right?
Yeah.
It lets him play these fights so much better.
Exactly. Crit went back for a scythe, so he ended up just picking that one up just like last game.
I mean, it worked last game.
I mean, there's only 40 seconds until the Shadow Fiend's up. They are not going to get to the base. They've still got a tier 2 standing bottom and even the tier 1 in the top lane. And they've done such a good job at cutting these waves.
Yeah, I mean, look how. I guess they're just focusing more on net worth right now. Look how much they brought it back in the last couple of minutes. There's
Oh,
like
yeah.
a 25k, almost 30k net worth advantage on the side of Shopify. They brought it down to just 7 up.
Don't look now.
I mean, XP
And now they have
is
wards
almost
on the
even
cliffs,
too.
and they're on the radiant side of the map. They're able to really hold out the map and just like pressure waves in the places that they want to, rather than being holed up in their base. This is really nice.
Ooh, Timeless Relic. I mean, you definitely give that to the Silencer, right? Just longer global.
Yeah.
Oh, he's got a refresher. Just classic 4-staff refresher Silencer. You love it.
What more do you need?
Well, there's literally nothing.
What does a hero truly need?
Lumiere gets hexed. Not really expecting that one, but on the backside, Elmisho, a beautiful avalanche interrupts them all. Lumiere just turns it on with a BKB. The first global does come through, waveform to the high ground. He's gonna get catch onto crit, but the Shadow Fiend is who he really wants. There's his refresher, his second BKB, the second global. They didn't know. He's hiding in the base, baby. Saberlight with a BKB on the run. Analog trying to stay on top of him. Can he get the bash? He's flying high. He's got a blink. He's gonna escape, but you've got the Shadow Fiend. That's the kill you needed.
That was so good from Elmisho. The avalanche means that they stop the chain stun with the Requiem, and they're able to get on top of the SF. Otherwise, the Morphling just dies from Hex into Requiem there.
Absolutely. Dude, look at the waves again, though. They can't catch Saberlight. He's going to catch bottom wave, mid wave, cut as well. Like, they have to wait for this to get all the way into the base.
Yeah, you can't touch top racks either. Tier 1 is still standing up there. I mean, we're 48 minutes into the game. They still haven't managed to grab that one. You could put some pressure on the tier 3 in the bottom lane, but again, Fortify is still up.
I'm going to go through mid into bottom, obviously, here, and we'll see what they grab. That is a site device picked up on Vitali now, so you got to be very careful of that. No refresher, no BKBs on the Morphling at the moment, but Lumiere, dude, he's almost level 25 on the Visage as well. That extra familiar will be huge.
Second set of racks.
Misho's
taken.
hunting, dude. He's smoked up. You want someone, but he's not going to find it.
They bring the game is even now. 2K network advantage for Shopify and exact same set of racks.
What a performance from Alliance here. I mean, you said it last game, Panders. They looked really good in the mid game. Their team fighting was solid. They were just too far behind. This game looked even further behind, but somehow managing to pull it back.
Yeah, they're doing a really good job, especially in these team fights.
Bounties?
They're executing so well.
Bounties? Let's go.
That's like the nugget value meal right there, dude.
Yeah. That's when you think you're gonna get like an 8-pack of nugs and there's just like 1 or 2 extra in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, smoked up on Shopify.
So
I
Roche
mean,
is back up.
this is 4th Roche too, so it's a big one.
Yeah.
Level 25 on Abed, level 25 on the Night Stalker, so he's got that Dark Ascension cooldown. Super spammable. I mean,
Akizi still doesn't have buyback. He's just 500 gold short. If he dies without getting a kill next fight,
well,
it's
they're playing under a
completely
ward,
game over.
but he just goes in. Beautiful stun initiation. The 4-staff away. Garnet gets his global off before he dies, but Elmisho, he's in trouble as well. The toss, be able to put Lumiere up into the skies, but he needs to get out of here. He's trying to bring down this Night Stalker, but there's the disarm. And a Requiem to follow. They're all silenced. Feared out for the backside. They take down Vitalia. Hex catches the Morphling. They clean him up, man. Buyback from Garnet, but they're going to continue the chase. It's going to be Abed that finds him 4-staff to the high ground, 10 seconds away from the refresher, but he's not even gonna get a chance. Garnet goes down, 4 dead for Alliance. The waves pushing in as well. They were so close to pulling this game back, man.
And now it's just Lumiere against the world. Well, Lumiere and Analog, but I don't think they can fight everyone by themselves. Rolling Thunderstone cooling for another 35 seconds. This might just be it.
Saberlight.
It's definitely hard at this point.
Tier 4's down. He's gonna try and grab them.
You need
I
to
don't.
find a way to jump this Estif.
You have to break his Lincolns. Like, you have to break the Lincolns and get the morph. But he gets away. Lumiere goes on in. He's doing what he can. Dana, a lot of damage on over to Kree. Just blinks aggressively. Has that refresher, but he's already popped it. 4 staff away. He's gonna buy back on the Rubik as Arteezy just laying into the base. He doesn't care. He just wants to close this one out. Lumiere trying to TP out, but there's the Yules once again to cancel, and that's gonna be a. Well, I was gonna say that's gonna be the game, but they fought for a second here. It does not matter. Shopify Rebellion just barely edging out this game over Alliance.
And what a performance from Saberlight. I mean, he was absolutely the one that just stopped every single push from Alliance, cutting all of the waves, having fantastic jumps in the team fights. He did a fantastic job this game. This Night Stalker pick looked amazing.
I'm glad Night Stalker came into this game, but I'm giving it up for Alliance here. I mean, the fact they were able to stay in this game for so long, they almost brought it back at the end, was absolutely insane. But as we have in every Tuesday fashion at 3 p.m. Pacific, it is server maintenance time.
Is that what that was? I was like, I wanted to see the post game, but never mind.
No
Super
post game
annoying.
for you, unfortunately.
So.
Right now we're doing server maintenance.
Classic. That means the patch is coming, right? Copium?
Yeah. But Corey looked Corey. Alliance looked really good with Lumiere back. I gotta say. They look like the same team that we saw at TI. Like, yes, they didn't end up winning this match today. Shopify ended up taking a 2-0, but super impressive stuff out of them here. Saberlight, again, like you mentioned with the Night Stalker, awesome jumps on the back line. I mean, it's so easy for Shopify to take these initiations and team fights in places where I think normally they'd have no business finding fights.
Yeah. I mean, that was such a sick game. It really was. Like, Alliance, like, props where it's due. They made this game super interesting when it looked almost impossible. But it's not the only series we have today, which is good. Now, how long it's going to take to the next game, we don't know, because we have to wait for the whole good old Valve maintenance time. But Thunder Awaken versus 5-Rat 4-Staff will be next, and then it would be very rude of me if I didn't ask Panders here. How do you think that one's going to go?
Easy 7-0.
7-0.
Wow.
How long is each game going to go? That's my real question.
I'm hoping 1 game per day, so we cover a full week.
This is exactly how I was planning on spending my Valentine's Day. The audio was muted before, they couldn't hear us, but this guy was talking about how he's going to make this best of 3 last 4 hours just to get at me as we were starting the last one in typical 5-Rat 4-Staff fashion.
That's how we do it.
Yeah. We got to watch one really cool late game, just now, and now we get to watch 3 more really long games. So that's going to be a blast. We're going to go to a break, everyone. Stay tuned for more here on the BTS Pro Series. We appreciate you all watching. We'll see you in just a little bit. Stay tuned.